shit's gonna look.
I just realized we didn't come up with an intro. We just said, boom, we gonna record today, and here we are.
Yeah, that works. So, hello all. This is the Wish Us the Best podcast with me, Devin,
Maya.
and yeah, and
We'll
her
we'll
Maya.
we'll work on a smoother intro
Yeah,
later.
yeah, we will. Ooh,
Yeah.
I wonder if we can turn up the sound. Anyways, so yeah, we're just gonna be. This is gonna just be a podcast just for relationship stuff. Um, I guess giving a little background. I'm the married person in the duo. I have a beautiful wife. We are both of African American descent. If you're wondering, everybody think I'm Samoan or something.
It's
Uh,
it's relevant.
yeah, and yeah, I've been married for what is it 6 years now? Or 4? I'm mad that I'm thinking about that because I usually know off the top of my head.
Your wife
2017,
would be so
2017.
disappointed, I'm sure.
No, she'll be just as bad as me. August 4th, 2017. We got married on August 4th because it was National Friendship Day, and we were friends first before we started dating. You get that? You know how sweet and all that stuff.
Perfect. Really how it should always be, but yeah, you guys did it the right way.
Yeah, I tend to believe that. But yeah, everything is cool, Gucci. I love her. She loves me, and
So
yeah,
he's here representing a happy marriage.
yeah,
He's here representing the happiness, the
yeah,
togetherness of the podcast.
yeah, that
And
part.
yeah, I'm the opposite, I'll say. Not in a negative
Don't
way
say. I'm saying.
though.
Don't say
I
the
I don't want
opposite.
yeah. Yeah, I don't want being single to come off as, a negative thing. It's not. But me, I am the not married, not in a relationship, other half of Wish Us the Best. And I'm just dating. I'm in Atlanta, and I'm just in I don't want to say a new city because I've been here for 10 years, but not in my home city, and just here trying to figure it out, and bumping my head as I go, but it's all good.
She's doing a good
So
job of it. So it's not all bad. And I guess
I can't say that I'm not having fun. So let's put that out there.
yeah, I don't know how you do it. I mean, not to put all that on you, but it's rough. It's rough out here in these
Dating is
streets.
it's trash. It definitely is.
So
I'll
yeah,
say that.
I feel bad for anyone who is still playing that game. Uh, your chances
That's a
of
good way game.
your chances of being a step parent are rising by the day, pretty much.
Every year. Yep.
So yeah, I
Yep.
mean, this is what we're
There
rocking
are
with.
some there are some unicorns out there that don't have kids, but few far and in between. We'll say that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's some out here. I do think it's a higher number of they're probably they might be a little fucked up or crazy or something. Um, usually to make it this far unscathed, I think
Yeah.
you may have a little bit but I'm sure, like I said, it's some unicorns, like you said, that are out there that are just
Yeah.
regular normies. Um,
Normies.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't have to worry about that. That's all Maya. That's you. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's where I'm at in life. And it's okay. It's cool. But
so
the topic, which I just think is hilarious because people really abide by this rule, and I'm just gonna put it out there. I think it's stupid, honestly. I do. So, what we're talking about today is managing mileage. Should you go back and forth to exes to not increase the number of sex partners that you've had.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about
We
that? Because I
I
have a
also
lot to say.
I also wanted to define one thing because that was I was having this discussion with my cousin and we cannot come to an agreement. I he's we were arguing as what technically is a body. Like when you're talking about a body count, what's considered a
Okay.
body? Because I just think it's penetration. That's pretty much what I think. I don't I don't think like head. I don't think is a body. Like
Yeah, I would say fucking. Yeah,
okay,
fucking is a
okay,
body.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
I want to define that because I apparently I guess lost in translation somewhere. People have different ideas of what a body is, and you know, technically, you talking about catching
Um,
bodies, and you've only maybe
I mean,
gotten head.
I guess the only difference I would make is uh like if you've had sex with some like if you have gotten head from somebody or given head, like you've had sex with that person, but just for the sake of this context, I don't think we should count that. Even though that stuff is technically a type of sex, but I think
It is a type, but
actually
I don't count like I don't count it the same. If somebody asks my body
right,
count,
it doesn't hold the same weight. I agree.
yeah, okay. Come say if
Yeah.
somebody counts a body count, I'm not like, okay, let me think about
I'm
everybody
like,
I
oh
fucked
yeah, this chick
and
gave
got
me
hair
head.
from. Because let's be real, in college, it might have been easier in certain situations to just get head and go about your business, you know.
Right.
So I don't
Right.
really
I'm
count
sure
as a
every
body.
young man have experienced that before, more than likely.
I'm sure every young one. I don't know. I
And
feel like
and
y'all.
women.
I feel like it's offered more
Yeah.
to y'all. I don't know. Dudes was out here just doing whatever it takes. So I feel like it. I feel
I
like
don't,
it might be offered more.
maybe that could be true. That hasn't been my experience, but it might be somebody else's.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know. I know in high school it used to be a group of dudes that was their get on. That was they were offering cunnilingus, and
Just to do that and that's it.
I think they hoped it was going to get to something else, but a
Yeah.
lot of
Because I
times
was
it
about to
didn't.
say what happened. Yeah, like, what happens when you do it and then you like, oh shit, well I want to come too, or I want some head too. Like that wasn't a part of the agreement.
I
So
don't know. I think they may have thought they
yeah,
would make them feel guilty or something. Shit, I don't know. But anyways, just need to
yeah.
hear that there. So you said what are my views on it? Or your you want to go first?
What are what are your views on it? Like as from a married perspective, like what do you? I guess we're talking past you, like not obviously
Yeah,
not you now, but
past me. So contrary to belief, I didn't have that many bodies. Like from this context, for what the context of penetration bodies, not that many. I can still count. Still have fingers left. If I count on my hands, still got fingers left.
hmm
Oh, I need to put that on vibrate. Um, but yeah, I think bodies don't really matter like that to an extent. Um, because it's one thing if she just had more than you, but like if she you gonna feel away. At least I think you would feel away if she's past hundreds or something like that. Like if she's in the
yeah.
100, like this is like 120, you 123 or something like that. It's gonna matter to me. I do think a lot of times between men and women, men here and it's just an ego thing. Like we just men, I feel like we just like to pretend that she was the fucking nobody else before us, which is blasphemy. But I I
Right.
don't think it's that big of a deal. Um,
To go back to a
yeah,
previous, wait, you
yeah.
don't think, what exactly you don't think is a big deal?
I don't think raising your count that much is that big of a deal to be worth to go back to a situation, especially if it was like a toxic situation or just
Exactly. Just for the
was
sake of getting some dick or getting some pussy.
yeah, or just
It's
even if it
ridiculous.
was just a comfort situation where they may have treated you wrong, but you were just used to it. Like, nah,
Hmm.
it's not worth it. But
Okay, so
what?
that I just want to touch on that part really quick.
Okay.
So I've been in a situation like that with an ex that it was just a very and I fucking hate the word toxic, but we'll say it because I just think it's so overused. But it was definitely not a good, peaceful relationship. And so we broke up, and generally I don't do the continuous go back to exes. Like once we break up, I'm kind of like done with you. Like there's
Hmm.
been very, very few, maybe one or two exes that I went back to. So with this particular ex, I mean, he even still hits me up like in various ways, even till this day. And I've almost, just because it was a comfort thing, in the last year, I've almost caved and went back to him because I'm like, even though he was an asshole, even though he was a dick, like we had all these good times, and sometimes I do kind of miss him. Like these are the things that I'm saying, and I'm like, I could, I could double back around, but I'm like, that would be stupid.
So, are you going back for the feeling, or because the it was on point? The dick was dicking.
Yeah, just because it was on point. And then sometimes you even think like, well, what if you do you know, what if you do find somebody else that you end up having sex with and it's not as good? So that kind of makes you be like, well, I could go somewhere where I know it's good, and it kind of, I guess kind of makes you feel like it's okay to go back to that person because it's like I already fucked him. So, and I was in a relationship with him. So, but I just think that that's that's an even more toxic way to think about it. Like that's just stupid,
Yeah, I feel you. Like, I
I
don't.
think.
How do you? How do? Because how would you get past that? Like, do you actually ever get over that person, or
Right, because I
no?
mean it boils down to it's like what do you want? Like if you want to move on from that person, like but you still, if you want to be in a relationship, but you still keep going back to that same person, it's like you're subconsciously telling yourself, like, I don't really want to move on to a new relationship. I want to stay stuck in this stupid cycle that I've always been in. Like, that's what you're subconsciously teaching yourself. And it's like, if that's really not what you want, you have to really do things different. So I just that's my biggest thing about managing miles is that it's like you just setting yourself up to be in the same trap.
Okay, I can feel that. I'm trying to think when the what was what was my reasoning. Honestly, my reasoning probably probably a bit different. Probably it was because it was easier. Like it was just easy. I know I didn't have to put in too much work. Like
Right. Right. Versus
most,
with a new person.
yeah, or just even putting in work to get them to that point. I could kind of be in a situation where I could just do a little soft temperature check with a couple of texts and send a little risky text out.
Hey, big head,
hit
miss you.
hit that with that big head of that stranger.
Right. Works every time.
Little little negging, little talking shit, and just seeing how she responds, and then yeah, and then I would probably double back. But I do think the doubling back made things a little stagnant. Like I feel like I get a lot of times I would get comfortable with that, and I wouldn't put myself in any
Hmm.
predicament where I was willing to, I guess, talk to somebody new or maybe put effort into a potential new relationship because I kind of compartmentalized how I was treating it, where it was just like, oh, it's just sex,
As
sex is
most
sex.
men can. Yeah, as most of y'all do.
I mean, I don't think it's just us though. I feel like y'all compartmentalize a lot.
Mm,
You don't think
not
so?
the way that, not like men, no. Because I just think overall we're way too emotional for that. I mean,
Ooh,
not
some girls would
obviously
not
there's going to
like
be
you saying
exceptions.
that.
You
Someone would
say
not.
what?
Someone would not like you saying that. That you are too
I
emotional.
mean, it's the truth. I mean, it's really the truth. I mean, I'm not saying that for every single woman, for every single situation, but I think in general, women are more emotional and they're gonna get attached easier than a man, I think. I think so. I mean, well, and then you have some savages like me that don't, but no, I'm just joking. But I don't think it's true for every woman, but I think for the most part, yeah. Because you're spending time and it feels like it starts to feel good. And it's like, well, if you're investing all of this time and what feels like emotion, then of course I'm gonna get attached. Like bitches like attention. We love attention. We need attention. We need it. We're needy in that sense. Most of us. Again, I just know somebody's gonna try to chew my head off for saying women, in overall, but it's the truth. So
So,
what?
do you think if do you think you have the same feelings? I don't know. Have you had cuddy buddies or butt buddies or whatever you?
Just guys that I just was having sex with.
Yeah,
Uh,
or just an ex that you had pretty much ex you double back on. You would just constantly just double back every time out of a relationship or something like that.
mm-mm,
Okay.
no, I
So,
haven't.
talking in my
Not
Izawa.
not in the last 10 years. Like not in my adult life.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
And that, so, and well, how old are you? What's your adult life? How old are you?
34.
So
So
you were still in the okay. So you mean not 25 and okay. That's your adult life. I'm
I
trying to think.
I I call I call my adult life my Atlanta life. So anything in Detroit. That was, I mean, it was my adult life, but it was my younger adult life.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but
Yes.
not in my more mature adult life,
I don't know.
if that makes sense.
I would say I was mature then. I had, I would say one, two, two cuddy buddies ish. I'm gonna say a cuddy buddy and a half. Yeah, because we head is not
Not a
bodies.
half.
Head is not
Oh,
bodies.
okay. Okay.
So, um, so I'll say one and a half. And I'm trying to think. Well, you know what? Did I smash afterwards? So you know what? I think I did not. So I can technically say one, even though it was two people. But
Mm-hmm.
um, like post breakup, but before dating my wife and stuff like that. It was just it was a phase of just trying to cope with life. Obviously, I didn't want to be out here just not getting anything, but I was single, but I wasn't trying to just fuck with whoever. So it's
Right.
just hit up whoever I used to talk to, like maybe sometime mid college stuff like that. But it was only just for a head for head exchange type thing. If
Hmm.
and
Oh, it was like on both ends. It wasn't just one sided.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like each person. Okay, got
pretty
you.
much that was the deal. If she get me off, I
Yeah.
get her off type thing. Um, we were both using each other for that reason, for
Hmm.
getting over our past significant others.
Previous. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She was pretty much in a situationship that she was trying to get past, and I had just completely stopped doing anything with my ex. Like my ex and us breaking up was just so drawn out and weird,
Mm,
and it was
yeah.
a good where we're not together, but it felt like we're together, and we're lightweight
Yeah.
pretend. We would still go out. It was just weird. It was like everything but the title. But then if we discuss
Yeah.
the title, it got real funky.
Like just real. You know
Yeah.
what? Yeah, I've had that situation. Actually recently. Like it wasn't like he wasn't just a cuddy buddy though. Like we were in a relationship
Hmm.
and, we kept ties for different things. Like we made some investments together, kind of, sort of. So we just, those things kept us kind of, tied
Tied
together
together.
where we had to communicate. But, there would be some one off situations where it's like, all right, I'm coming to stay the night, or, just, but see, here's my thing. Like, I can't mess with multiple people at one time. Like, I don't knock people that do it, but I just I just can't do it. So
I feel you.
I would like me and him would go like like months without having sex, but still like in communication with each other. And I would just not have sex for those couple of
You
months.
would even you would be like physically close or
I
just in
mean, we would
communication.
just be, yeah, like we would be in each other's overall in communication, but yeah, around each other in person too. But because we live in a close proximity to each other, so it's easy for us to get to each other. But yeah, we just would argue or some bullshit would happen, and so we maybe would talk for a couple of days, and then we would,
Okay.
it was just a we were always in a gray area. Like it was very much so a situationship. So, but even during like that, during those times, I still just couldn't have sex with anybody else because I just don't want to. I don't know. I just like
You ain't
no
trying to
shade to
throw off that
anybody because
pH. I feel you ain't trying to throw
I
off that
got.
pH. I got you. I got
But
you.
that, or what if you fuck around and get pregnant or some dumb shit? You don't know who your baby daddy is. Like that type of shit is terrifying for me because I just already have dodged the baby mama bullet enough times, and I'm so proud of myself that I,
I do
haven't. Even though,
I do
yeah,
thank
I
the one
could have
upstairs
been.
for that. Yes, yes, I do
Yeah,
because
exactly. So
looking at
I'm
insecure
like,
was too much.
oh,
Now Lawrence and Condola.
that last
Oh,
episode. That shit was so good. I was like, y'all are grown ass people with careers doing this shit. It's no fucking way. It's no fucking way. Like, that shit was so terrifying to watch. Like, she told him to get the fuck out of her house. I was like, ugh, I felt that.
it
Like,
happens. It happens. We are gonna have
terrifying.
to. I do want to touch, maybe not on this episode, but I do want to touch on her stuff because I got some feelings that go towards that because she she was treating Lawrence. He was a cut. That's what all he was. And then I kind of feel a way that you decided to have a child, but but like I said, we'll touch on that in a couple other
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, that shit was the fuck ghetto. Hell no.
But for the
Nope.
Cuddy Buddies things, yeah, I do feel you on the messing with multiple people at the same time. I don't really do that. Um, if I'm dating somebody, cut them all off. I like literally. I remember the night me and my now wife first like made out. Next day, cut them all off. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
okay.
That
Sending
was
them,
it, huh? That was
sending them
all you
out
needed.
texts like, look, yeah. So about that point, yeah, it's not gonna work. Type
Yeah.
um
Bye.
thing. Yeah, pretty much. And understanding. It was fine, no drama, anything like that. But before that happened, it was just trying to. I compartmentalized it, looked at it as this is all it is, and this is all we're doing. So that's over there, and then I can just focus on what I'm really trying to focus on, and then if I ever need to get one off, there we go. So that's how I kind of
Right.
looked at doubling back. It wasn't like I kind of like her. I want to see if it can. It was literally a utility. That's literally what it was. It was a utility that was easy, easier, and then having to, I guess, try to approach somebody else. But also, it wasn't just a matter of I'm didn't getting somebody else's feelings involved. You know, I started liking her. So I'm like, it threw all the complication out the window of
Hmm.
just doubling back. And man, so I don't know if it was really for me as much for managing mileage as it is for a lot of women a lot of times because of the double standard where it don't really matter
Right.
how many, we do. Um, Even though I think it should. Let me throw it out there. I think it should. I think niggas are hoes just as much as women can be hoes. And
Hmm.
I do think it should matter. Uh, it may should even matter more to men because we have issues with processing our emotions, and I think that's just a lot. Just deal with how we were raised and how society teaches men not to really pay attention to that stuff,
Hmm.
and they'll throw out boys will be boys and just where they just doing something that's really maybe frowned upon, but they kind of just expect it because you're a dude.
Because they're a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's ridiculous.
Just like I have
It's,
friends who just
it's
expect a nigga to cheat. I'm like you you do know
you know
that's.
what? I've seen a lot of women. I've seen a lot of women say that to like
Mm,
just say it like in comments on the blogs, like especially when it comes to like niggas with money. It's like, well, what did you expect, sis? And it's like, bitch, you the problem saying that. Like, why would you say? What do you expect? I expect for my nigga to not be fucking other bitches and we're together.
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
think that's a
I don't think that's too much
yeah.
to ask, but I mean,
Apparently.
but then I kind of get it as the dude. It's like, well, shit, everybody about to think I'm a cheat anyways. At this point, I feel like they kind of
No.
rationalize it more. Just like, what's expected?
Oh,
She
okay.
probably gonna forgive it, because niggas do it anyways. The majority of niggas do it. You know, if I do it, she'll probably
Facts.
forgive it. At least I don't know. Maybe that's how they think. I've never cheated, not once ever.
That is some toxic. Why am I saying that word? That's some fucked up shit. That's a fucked up way to think. I'm like, she gonna think I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna get away with it. Like, nigga, you are trash.
I mean, I don't know. I know some niggas that feel that way. It's not that he's gonna get away with, but if she finds out, is it really that
It's
bad?
not gonna. Yeah, it's not
Because
gonna be the end.
yeah, and
Yeah, it's not gonna kill the relationship.
I think that's crazy
That's a
though,
shame.
because it you in most cases it does. Even if she stay, it's not gonna be the same. It's not.
Hell no.
She's not going
No.
to trust you. You are.
Could you, if one of you cheated, do you think that the whoever cheated, the other person would leave them?
You talking about in my marriage?
Yeah.
So we've talked about that.
Like, is it a deal breaker for the whole relationship?
We've talked about that, and we both say that we would we would try to work it out, but we can't make any guarantees.
Because
Um,
it is hard
it
I
is,
guess it depends how it happens, and it's a lot of different.
but see
Yeah.
how I look at cheating for me is you have so many chances to not cheat. Like you think of just the thought of cheating. You just think of the whole act. There
Hmm.
are multiple steps you have to take to cheat. You can't.
Hella.
You don't just wake up and just oh shit, I cheated right quick. I'm sorry, my bad. Like no,
Yeah.
you gotta either a have somebody seek somebody or let somebody seek you. B
Hmm.
then you're talking to them, gaining some type of like or whatever, or commonality or something to where you gain some
Right.
connection. Then C, you got to plan meeting up. D, you actually have to go through meeting up, and then when you get there, you have like it's so many. You got so many chances to be like, yeah, I
To not
shouldn't
do
do
it.
this. Yeah, so
Yeah.
to just kind of go past all that and just still do it is really hard to come back from. Um, but like I said, we said
Yeah.
we would try. We would have to discuss. I mean, if like we would have to look at the actual all the circumstances behind it. But one thing I can say about my wife is that she communicates well, to me, and I try my best to communicate, well with her. So if we were at a point where we felt that we wanted to seek out somebody else, usually we would discuss that. I mean, we have never been at a point like that, thankfully. Hopefully never.
But you think that would a conversation would happen before that type of thing would
Yeah, because
even transpire?
we talk about everything. When if she's annoyed by something I do, she'll talk to me about it. Same way if I'm with her, granted I'm sure that I do the more annoying things than than she does to me. I admit that.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, we talk. I mean, and as cliche as that shit sounds, communication is so big. Like it's
Hmm.
really
And so
so
many
big.
of us don't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll talk to the wrong person. You venting to your friend, why don't you just tell him this? Like, or
Yeah.
you vent to your boys, why don't you tell her that? And I know people a lot of times they feel like they can't tell their significant others that. I thankfully have a relationship where I feel like I can. I think it's because she was my one of my best friends, so
Hmm.
it made it a lot easier to talk to
To
her.
transition
Yeah,
into,
and just talk to her
yeah.
about shit. I speak I speak to her very unfiltered, uh, very candid. Just like I can talk to her like I talk to my niggas. I literally don't have to watch what I say or walk on eggshells about how I speak. I'm actually
Right.
I'm actually trying to filter more how I speak on here than I filter when I speak to my wife, especially when it comes
Yeah.
to other women and stuff like that. I'm trying not to.
I had thought about that too with this topic. Like, how is wife gonna feel about that? But hearing you say that, I'm like, oh, okay, y'all are obviously, very comfortable with each other and very secure. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. That's a big thing for me, and just a big thing in relationships. Period. That you with her knowing me, she knew I had female friends, and she never tripped. Like, uh,
hmm
I feel like that's been a lot of. issues in a lot of my past relationship. None of my significant others liked the fact that I had female friends, stuff like that. But it always confused me
Hmm.
because the logical thing in my head was that if I wanted to fuck, I would have fucked. Like, why? Why?
Yeah, like already.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, like why wait until I'm in a relationship?
yeah. It's like if I liked them or
Makes
something
no
like
sense.
that, that it would have happened. So, yeah. But what doesn't help my argument was that my past ex, she had a problem with my with my wife, but we were just friends then. So then when we did
Mm.
get together, she was like, "See, I knew it," and I'm like, "You really did? We really were not talking. No,
Yeah,
we were
like it
together."
wasn't on the radar.
Yeah, and she was
Yeah.
like, "No, but I just knew it. Just how y'all acted around." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, um, I'm real big on what I call girl logic, and she doesn't have it, and I love that about her. I,
Girl logic.
yeah.
Explain girl logic to us
Okay.
real quick.
Girl logic is is pretty much hypocrisy. Um, yeah,
Wait, okay.
it's pretty
I'm
much
sorry.
hypocrisy. It's like, hey, I can do it, and you should just get over it. I did it. I did it. It happened. Whatever. Get over it. But you do it. Oh no, no, you can't do that. It's hell.
That's the thing.
Yes, yes. It's a big
Hmm.
thing. I can give you an example, but not a story of mine. So uh my a prime example was my cousin. He had a girlfriend, and I think he was. Oh, he went through one of her notebooks. He just borrowed a notebook for class, whatever, and she had a dude's number in it. And he was like, "What's this?" And she was like, "Oh, it's some dude's number in there." He was like, "Why you still got it?" She was like, "I don't know. I haven't called him. I pretty much I just wanted to to know if I could still pull him, whatever like that." Fast forward to like a couple of months later, she found or he came in, threw away a piece of paper, and then she was like, "What you throwing away?" He was like, "Oh, some girls gave me her number," and she blew the fuck up. And he was like, "Wait, what? Wait, what you mad at?" And she was like, "You why are you accepting girls' number?" He was like, "I mean, I'm throwing it away, but you you literally was doing it to see if you still got it. I just happened to get it, and I'm throwing it away, and you're getting mad." That's girl logic.
That's stupid logic.
But
It's stupid.
I know so many girls that have that logic, and that's just one example. But a lot of them, like for example, thinking that I'm going to fuck my female friends. That's girl logic to me. If I have not fucked them while I was single and
Guys,
had the chance to,
guys think that. Guys think that too.
I guess, yeah.
They do.
But you know what?
Yeah.
I think with it's a bit different with guys because a lot of guys, if they could fuck their friends, they may would if they could. Like depending on the dude. Like I'm sure you have dudes that strictly platonic. Even if you threw it at him, he wouldn't want it. But I bet you got some friends too who would. If you was like, hey, look, I'm trying to see what that dick do. You would. He would be like, okay. Like I'm sure.
I literally only I have one male friend who would not take the offer. All the other ones 100%
Yeah.
would
Yes.
take the offer.
So
So yeah,
I
I get
mean,
that.
I get it. I get that it comes from somewhere, but yeah, girl logic to me is just a whole. It's thinking emotionally. That's what I consider the girl logic. Since you will attest and admit that women are, excuse me, a little more emotional than us men.
Well, I said that I think women are more emotional. I didn't say that I think we're more irrational. What you just explained was some irrational shit. And I don't think it's girls. I think that's why I said it was stupid logic, because men are the same way. But as a man, like you as a man who doesn't date men or fuck with men, you don't really know how men are in, a relationship capacity. Just like we don't know how, like, I had a friend who I found out was just, she was a complete nutcase in relationship capacity. And I was like, never knew that about her. But I had like some tangible proof that she was crazy. So I think that, sometimes men can miss the mark on stuff like that because they don't deal with men in the capacity that women deal with men. Because niggas be out here doing some real irrational bitch ass shit.
Nah, I mean, yeah,
And
I
it's
mean, I get
like,
it.
yeah, it's like, oh,
Niggas
this
is
is stupid
crazy though.
logic.
Niggas is crazy.
As fuck.
Some niggas are crazy. But I feel like I can. So you tell me, and I know we really ain't super on that topic, but it's working. Whatever. Uh, you,
Right. It kind of just went into this.
but you tell me if you have the same inklings. Like I can tell you when a nigga's not shit. I can tell you. I mean, also that kind of helps a lot of my female friends, but I can tell, and I feel like most dudes can tell when a nigga ain't shit, but women would be completely oblivious to it, and I don't understand how. Like it would be so obvious to me, and I would have female friends that have niggas, and they are completely oblivious. Like what? So can y'all do the same thing with women? Can you tell if a woman is like either a hoe or ain't shit or a gold digger, and then the nigga have no inkling or nah?
Um, I know that about not all of them though. I was gonna like I had a friend who was, well, I did kind of know she was a little crazy, but she had just did some shit, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you was this crazy. But my women friends, and I have just women friends that are in very different places in their life. So some of them are dating, some of them are just really just trying it out, like just trying out dating multiple people. And so my friends that are hoes will say, yeah, I know how they are because they're open about who they are. But I don't know if they're open to the niggas that
I
they
just want to
fucking
say,
with.
yeah,
I don't know if
are
they're,
they open to the
yeah,
niggas?
I don't know if they, I don't know because I don't know how they are in a relationship, uh, capacity because I don't date them. But I have an idea of, like, my friends who I know ain't shit. Like, I don't know if the array of niggas that they fucking with know, like, hey, like this person is just using you, or hey, this person is, like, I don't know if the men know exactly. So,
Cause
but I can tell you my friends that I'm like, mm, she not the one to try to,
so yeah, so if
she's gonna man eat your ass and chew
okay,
you up and spit you out.
okay, so
Yeah.
basically, if one of your niggas came to you like, hey, this is this girl I like, so and so and so, tell me what you think about her, you would be able to be like, nigga, she gonna eat you alive, type shit.
Uh, I wouldn't be able to tell that.
See, and
I don't
that's
think so. I
I don't know.
I mean, I would have to meet her. Like, I would have to be around her in person, and
Oh yeah, I mean,
I would
like
have to meet her.
like he introduces you to her. You'll hang, and then after she leave, whatever, he like, yeah, I'm trying to go somewhere with her, and you would be like, uh, could you
People
give
can put
him?
on
You said what?
people can put on some good fronts though too.
Oh
People can
yeah,
put on
no,
some good fronts.
of course, yeah.
I Yeah, I'm one of those people who can put up a good front because I was like pseudo dating this guy like a year and a half ago, and I liked him, but I didn't like him how he liked me. Like, he liked me a lot. Like, he took me to like meet his family, and
Ooh,
his
well,
brother
that's
was
serious.
like,
That's serious.
yeah, yeah, it was only after like a couple of months too.
Ooh.
And so he's like telling his no, his sister and his brother-in-law, he's like telling them like, man, she was the one, and da 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 da. And I'm just sitting there like, like kind of just
Well, he
playing
was
like,
saying
I mean,
that
I
in
did
front of
like,
you.
yeah, like to his family, like
Ooh.
she's the one, and I was just like, ooh, I'm not though. So, but and then I just stopped talking to him like a month later, and so, but his family had told him like, yeah, like she was cool. I kind of bamboozled them a little bit, but I mean, I wasn't feeling him in that way, and he was just trying to move too fast, too quickly, and I just shut down. Like it got to a point where, I was just like, I'm just kind of not feeling this. And he's like, well, I can adjust. I can, what do you need me to do? Like, what do I need to, change? Like, how do I need to be? And I was like, ugh. And you don't have a backbone
The
either?
fact that
No,
he,
absolutely
I'm
not.
gonna say the fact that you asking that just kind of sealed the coffin right there. But
100%. Like, at that point, I was like,
see,
ooh,
and
you're not,
I would have been a cousin. Like, bro, is she really feeling you or not? I feel like that would have been me. I'm like, is she really feeling you though? Like,
I mean, I was drunk. I was probably playing the role, looking like I was, I mean, because I did like him, but then he was trying to like clink clink, and I was kind of not over a previous situation, so I'm like, I can't really move with you in this way right now because I'm still kind of grieving the person before you. So he was trying to move too fast, and so that's what I'm saying. Like his family was like, yeah, she dope, bro. Like she the one, she's solid. And I was just like, damn. He was telling me all this stuff, and I was like, damn,
you know what?
I'm
Maybe
not the one.
it's just the ultimate pessimist in me. I don't know. I look.
Maybe, especially if you can after one meet, if it's after one meet and you can be like, yo, they not it.
I am a
That's
I don't
amazing.
know what
That's a
it
great
is. I
skill.
am a great. I'm a great judge of character, but you know what? I can only do this when it used to extend to people outside. I can never do this for my own personal relationships. No, of course not. No,
Of course not.
no.
Yeah.
but let somebody else. Yeah, I can pretty much be spot on. And it's like I've had female friends where I'm like, yeah, that that nigga is not it. He's definitely going to cheat on you. Like, and she was like, no,
I think they be I think they be knowing too though, deep down. I think deep down they know like this person is not, something is not right or something is off. Like people be ignoring their intuition, just for whatever reason. It's, oh, well, I shouldn't think negative. I shouldn't, and ignore it. It's like you feel this way for a reason. But I've had like friends and I've seen them in their situations, and I've seen them in these situations for months or years, and I'm like, my nigga, like this person is not on what you're on. Like they don't want the same things that you want. Like one of my homegirls used to date this guy that was like, he was doing a lot of stuff for her, and they were having a lot of fun together, but he was doing the stuff with other women. He was doing it with her behind her back. She didn't know, but when a nigga don't answer his phone for a day, or you know what I'm saying, or he's just all of a sudden too busy, it's like, come on now, like
yeah.
something is up.
I think it's
Yeah.
most times it's pretty clear when somebody's cheating. Look, I feel like if you ever think the nigga might be cheating, 9 times out of 10 he is. Like if you really have
Yeah, cuz
that feeling, that same way with a woman too. If you feel like your chick might be cheating, 9 times out of 10 she probably is. I do think y'all
yeah,
can be a lot slicker with it than men. I do. I definitely believe that.
probably probably.
Um,
I think we care about getting caught a little bit more than y'all.
yeah, but I also feel
We
like,
know if we get caught, for the most part, the man is going to end it. Like men cannot handle cheating
uh,
the way that women handle cheating. It's a
yeah,
difference.
I I think I do think it's a difference, but I also think it's kind of like this goes back to men not being able to express and dissect their emotions. And the same way that society has kind of just forced us to just forego our emotions, they have taught women to just keep going with stride. just
Mhm.
just yeah, men cheat. It's okay. Take it, move on. And then you can also talk. You can have a powwow and just a fuck nigga session, and just talk to your girls and get emotional and all that shit. Like we don't have that. You go to your niggas 9 times out of 10, you hit your niggas up like, yeah, she cheated on me. What they gonna say? Oh, fuck that hoe, fuck that bitch, nigga. Let's
Right.
go, let's go. We about to go out and get these souls. Like, nigga, that's not helping me.
Exactly.
That's not helping me. Yet,
Right.
y'all can call y'all girls and cry on the phone and shit, and just unpack
We
your
have an
emotions.
outlet.
Yeah. And so
Mhm.
I do
Yeah.
think I do think that's where the difference is. But I get what you're saying. When I'm thinking about the times I remember I had one friend. This was my first time me meeting her nigga. He was drunk, so he was talking too much, and he was just letting shit slip out. And I remember I told her, I'm like, yeah, I think he's fucking other bitches. Like, I really think he's fucking. He pretty much said he's fucking
He
other
was he
bitches,
was telling on himself, huh?
pretty much. And she just, I told, and granted, I wasn't that close of a friend to her. I'm more friends with her now just because we've known each other over the years. But she was a friend of a friend, and I don't even know how I happened to
Mhm.
be. I happened to be over there because I was bored, and it was like the day of the fireworks. You know, when you used to do the fireworks downtown Detroit, the purge. That's what
Mhm.
I like to call it. And she happened to have just a gathering party because her apartment was close, and everybody's gonna walk down to the fireworks. And I don't know what solo mission I was on that I just decided to just go over there by myself without any of my friends. But that's neither here nor there. I was just there and just observing shit. And then I get to talking to her dude, and he talking crazy. He's like an hour late, and he's talking crazy, and he pretty much was just like he was with other bitches before he came there. I'm like, wow, all right. So I'm just listening to everything.
Like he don't even care who he's saying this to,
No, and I,
obviously.
and I'm looking at him like, bro, you don't know me. I mean, I guess I broke technically
Yeah.
broke code because I did just go back and tell, but I'm like, my loyalty is to her more than you. I don't know you. You just came in talking
Right.
crazy shit. And I also just don't like I don't like niggas like that. I hate a was it braggadocious or braggadocious?
Just
I
yeah,
hate
like just bragging on
yeah,
some
I
shit
hate I hate I hate that type of nigga. And just telling me how many hoes you got
that you
and
just gotta yeah, like ugh,
yeah,
that is so annoying. That
yeah.
is so annoying.
And then to top off, he was drunk, so it pushed it up more. I'm just like, like
It's
I'm
like nigga,
good.
you are the worst.
But I told her, and
Right.
I told her friend, and then I told her myself, and she just kind of waved me off, and it's like whatever. That don't make no sense. And I'm like, okay. Fast forward now, she has a kid by him. She hates the nigga. Is And I joke with her all the time. I was like, well, I mean, I
Oh,
told you, like I told you.
this ended badly.
Oh
This
yeah,
was not a good ending.
yeah. I mean, she didn't listen,
Ooh,
and
yikes.
she has a whole. I mean, she had a blessing, got a daughter out of it, but yeah,
Hmm.
they dynamics are just horrible and everything. But
Mm, mm.
yeah,
Sounds undesirable. I'll say that.
I mean,
Yeah, definitely undesirable. But you know, women, we consciously ignore things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, men too, but
yeah, I'm gonna say I think
I
we do
just,
too.
yeah, like we see the red flags. We see a million reasons why we should not let this nigga bust in us, and we still do it for whatever reason. And I'm just like, not we, because I don't. But yeah, I'm like, how do you have so many? How do you have kids and you hate these niggas?
I
Like
mean,
you ain't see not one sign. You didn't see one sign that said I should not procreate with this nigga. You didn't see it. I don't believe it.
it's the same way niggas just be shooting up these clubs, and I'm like, did you really want to shoot up that club, that one? Did you really like? You already knew she was crazy. Did
That
you
one.
really want to shoot up that club? And but
Yeah.
niggas do like crazy vagina. I don't get. I can't say I've ever been hit with
Hasn't
that
quite been
bug.
a thing for you.
No, I haven't. I haven't been. That is a turn off to me. I shrivel. You crazy? No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. But I know
Yeah.
some niggas
You
that.
said I shrivel.
Yeah,
Put off for real.
I am inverted. If she's crazy, I'm
Hmm.
good. I do not no no parts of it. But I have friends that
You
love
should
that
invert
shit.
it.
That love they love that
Uh,
shit. Talk about
yeah.
it's and just like the passion, the makeups, the break. Nah, I'm good.
That sounds stressful as fuck and draining.
It
Like, let me keep my energy. I don't want
it
no
does. I
parts
mean,
of that.
I guess I have not experienced like I haven't experienced the craziest that I like. So I guess I've never experienced the passion of
Of crazy.
I guess yeah I guess I
The
really
passion of
guess yeah
crazy.
just like
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah, I hear from men that the sex is different. Like, I think that's what it is. I think it's really just, yeah, it's just,
see and
I
that
don't even know the word, but I've heard guys say that, crazy pussy hit different. And I'm like, okay.
I can't believe it because in all like looking hindsight just vagina is vagina minus a few tricks like yeah it's
Facts. That's
like
funny though. You
it's
said minus the future.
yeah it might be a little bit tighter one might be a little bit wetter but it's still the same sensation like you're going for the same outcome and then that's it so without the emotion behind it and shit everything is going to be the same so what's the point of dealing with this
Guys, guys say that it feels different. That different vaginas feel physically different. Like the inside of them feel
like I said
different.
minus a few tricks yeah they might be a little bit tighter might be I'm
Okay.
sure some girls get wetter than others some know how to do I guess actual tricks the grip and all that stuff but
Hmm.
when it comes to it as long as you can achieve the outcome as long as you busting it's, it's pretty much the same like
That's the most important part, huh?
I feel like it's more of the same than it is with y'all fucking dudes. I'm sure there is a higher differential between dicks than there is between vaginas.
That might be true. Different sizes, different girths, different. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I can
feel
see that.
like the vagina just conforms to the dick. Therefore, for us, it should feel relatively the same. Y'all should be the ones that
Hmm.
have more, you know, a disparity of on what things feel like.
Yeah. Me and my me and one of my girls was just talking about this because she is the first woman I have ever heard say that she likes a smaller dick. She was like,
I've heard that a couple of times, and I didn't know
I've
how much I
never
believed
heard
it.
that. Yeah.
I've heard it more recently than back when I was younger. I just thought you got it, nigga. First, it
I'm
makes
like,
it's bad watching porn because you compare yourself to that. I'm like, dog, I'm fucked up out here. Like
Right.
I'm
Like
fucked
if I
up
don't
in
have this mandingo.
yeah, I'm fucked up in these streets because I'm not rocking
Yeah.
what all this what Lex. I'm trying to think if I know any of the. I remember Lex. That's the only thing I remember. But like I ain't got
Yeah.
that. Nigga had a baby arm. Like
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Well, as that's not the norm for every or even most men. So we'll just say that. But she was saying that she likes smaller, and I was like, is it you just like him and you like how he does it, or is this a consensus amongst? Because she's like, well, I'm about to go fuck so and so, and she's like, and I'm kind of scared because his dick is way bigger, like it's huge, and I'm like, that doesn't excite you, like, and she's like, she likes what she likes, and I was like, okay, well maybe her vag is smaller on the inside, or maybe I
Is
don't know.
is that a
I don't
thing?
know.
Can
I
it be
mean,
small?
women birth babies, so it's
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I
Like, so
mean,
can it
I
be
don't
that
really
much
think of,
smaller?
yeah. So I don't. The sensations and different parts might be different in different women. Who fucking knows? But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But I can imagine how porn kind of 100% for men fucks it up
Oh
because
yeah,
it's like, oh,
it
this is what
skews
my dick is supposed to look like.
it
Like this is
skews it.
what women want.
It skews it completely. I think that was a
Yeah.
late high school, early college. It was when I figured out. Oh, okay, I'm good. I'm all right. Like like the first one, like, okay,
Right.
all right, and then I just like, well, hey, she wants it again. She's coming back. I'm good. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Different strokes for different folks, as far
literally,
as
no pun intended,
you know.
or
I didn't
pun
even I
intended.
didn't
No,
right, pun intended. I didn't even realize I was saying that. But yeah. Okay, well, we went like super off of
well,
managing mileage, but
okay,
that was to be
we can
expected.
wrap up my men's mileage. Yay, nay, is it should body count matter?
I'm gonna say body count should not only do I say body count doesn't matter, I don't even think it's a question that you should ask someone. I think the only relevant question is, are you burning? Do you have anything? Like, if you don't have anything, I don't care how many people you've had sex with in the past. As long as you don't have anything that you can transfer to me, whether it's something that I'm a keep or I can get rid of, as long as you're not transferring anything to me, I don't care how many people you've been with. And I say, if you fucked 100 bitches, that's cool with me, nigga. Just let me know you ain't got herpes. So
So
yeah,
I'll say it doesn't matter with an asterisk at the top because
men,
um
men.
if you are if I'm number 122 and you tell me that I'm 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 not going to lie, I'm going to think that in the back of my head, and I'm not going to compare to that, but more so is I'm gonna be like, do I want her to be the potential mother of my child? Because is she going? I don't want my daughter fucking 120 men,
What is
but
what
but
she did have to do with your
and
shot? That's girl logic.
it really doesn't. But I'm saying it does because you have to wonder about what are the values she's going to instill that she's gotten. What are the values that she's going to instill in your potential offspring if you had that with her? But should you really care? No, not like unless it's outrageous. I don't think so. If she has more bodies than you, definitely that's not something to care about. I don't think so.
Hmm.
But like I said, I just
What
think
if she's clean? Like nothing is it just because at that point, like I can understand somebody being turned off because it's like, oh, your odds of having something is they kind of up there. You know, fuck a lot of people. But I because when you if it's anything other than that, I would think that it has some type of insecurity with the man who can't handle the idea of a woman being a sexual being.
I mean, for me, I don't know if I ever, I don't know if I really think it was, if I think of it as, it's, she has a higher chance of having something. I kind of just look at it as the lack of discipline, kind of, because you
What if she's 10 years removed from that type of behavior?
so yeah, that definitely matters too. I definitely think that matters. Um
That's why you said asterisk.
yeah, this is an asterisk because it's caveats. It's that would matter if that happened 10 years. You're not the same person. I know I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. So she's not the
Right.
same person. It's just it's the asterisk because I say discipline because women men you know how men control relation the gatekeepers to relationships as women are the gatekeepers to sex. Pretty much the
Hmm.
same. It's kind of up to the dude if you gonna be in a relationship, which I don't know if you would agree to that or
Right.
not, but I think
I
this
agree.
is that. But when it comes to sex, it's pretty much up to the woman. So
Hmm.
she already has constant niggas probably offering up dick and all that stuff like that. But for her to just take all of it is just a lack of discipline. and in my in my mind,
You said take all of it.
it's just like because I know how much offers for dick women have on a daily basis. And then the fact that the more attractive you are, it probably increases more. We don't have that. Like, okay, the majority. I mean, I'm sure there are outliers. I'm sure it's some types of men that a whole bunch of them want to fuck that's offering pussy all the time. But the average man doesn't have vagina thrown at him on the daily. I would almost argue that the average woman probably has an offer for dick. Mm, at least multiple times a week, maybe. So
That's that might be accurate.
yeah. So I just look
Yeah.
at it as a lack of discipline. That's I guess that's my wrap up on that. So Ashley.
I'm dead. You were like, yeah, you took all of it.
I'm just saying that's because niggas offer dick in so
Hilarious.
many different ways. Nigga holding open the door for you.
You-
Nigga, this is it's hey.
Listen,
I'll give you some dick if you
this is
want
a
it.
dick offering.
Yeah, pretty much. You want it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my inbox is I had posted something the other day alluding to like being single. My inbox was just filth. I'm like, what is
Mm-hmm.
wrong with y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't even say anything derogatory. And it wasn't like disrespectful, but I'm just like, who I didn't realize the door that I opened. I didn't realize I opened the door for people to be like, "Oh, so just say the word. Like, nigga, no. No, there's no word
Niggas will
that I
just
want to
cast
say
their
on
dick out
here.
there and see what it brings back.
Yes. Is this bitch gonna catch it?
Yeah,
No, leave me alone.
yeah. I
It's
so
ridiculous.
that's the only reason why I say body count matters per se, but overall, I don't think so. Feel like you can't judge somebody from how many how many people they've done in their past, especially if they're like you said far removed from it. Because
Right.
I also know some
Right.
I know some hoes like girls who were hoes who are super housewife, not cheating, not anything. Like you
Yeah.
would not
Most of
suspect
them.
it. And
Hmm.
yeah, um,
There's another part of managing mileage though that I just want to touch on real quick
okay, okay.
because I've heard women, and I had a friend who felt this way, but um, some women will want to keep the same baby daddy, whether they with him or not, so they don't have multiple baby daddies. So they're trying to manage their baby daddy mileage,
Mm,
and I
okay.
think that's even 10 times stupider than
Yeah, that's definitely a toxic trait. But I mean, I get it
for
though. I
sure.
mean, one could argue it's for the sake of your children. I get it, but that's definitely a toxic trait. I think more so body count with how niggas look at body count is more so ego fuss. Niggas don't want a girl with high body count. For one, they don't want to feel
Yeah,
that
it's
they're
ego.
lacking compared to who they went been with, or just their actual virility, meaning they had less bodies than she did. And then another one that a lot of people don't like to talk about is niggas do not like being in the room with some other niggas who done fucked. Mm-mm.
Mm,
And
you ain't never lied.
that that's a big. I don't even know if it's just an ego thing or not, but that's big. Niggas don't want to,
Mm,
niggas don't want to be in a room with some niggas that they know them fuck their girl. Be
I
it
get that though.
be it if it was 5 years ago or 1 year ago. So
Don't matter.
yeah, niggas, niggas. But so do y'all have that? Do you have that where you don't want to be in the same room with somebody who fucked your man type shit? But
I would have to be in that situation. Context matters. I would have to be in it to know. I'm gonna say no.
okay,
Depending on how recent it is, and depending on were you in a relationship, was this just y'all was just fucking, was it a one time thing and it never happened again, or I would have to know the details to feel some type of like the detail. It depends on the details if I'm gonna feel some type of way or not. But I'm gonna say more than likely I'm not going to care if I feel secure in that relationship with that person.
yeah. And see, so yeah. So I feel like it's different because I feel like niggas would care. Like I feel
Yeah,
no matter how secure he was, if he walks into a room and it's three niggas there that she done fuck, he's going to feel away. I
of course, cause them niggas gonna be looking at him like, yeah, nigga, I fucked your bitch, and niggas care about what other niggas think.
but it's
They do.
also because niggas in niggas heads, niggas feel if I done fuck once, I can fuck again. And niggas know that niggas feel that because every nigga partially feels that way. If that
Okay,
makes
which is
sense.
crazy. Which is crazy because that woman has probably moved the fuck on way past that person, and it's like
It's
for us, it's like nigga, I don't care if you feel like you could fuck me, you can't.
it's an ego thing. It's
So
an ego thing, man.
yeah,
We think that it's just certain shit that we think that this is how it is. Hey, if I done fucked once, and you can, especially if it was on some like just just on a constant thing, you're like, I could do it again. If I really wanted to, I could do it again. But
right,
I feel like that's what
right,
that's what's on
right.
our heads.
Egotistical ass the whole time. The chick is like, ugh, I would never fuck that nigga again. And here that nigga is thinking like, yeah, I could smash that hoe one more time. No, you can't. No, you can't. Yeah, no, that should be ego, 100%. But I get it though.
Um, yeah. So I guess we have where our stances are. Um, we are at.
Yeah,
So we almost made it to 120. Okay. Okay.
I think this is good.
Yeah, I do. Or I'll probably edit out all this.